You can't wear it, drive it, or even eat it, but it's just as important as clothes, a car, and food. I'm talking about insurance. While most of us don't necessarily want to spend money on it, it's an investment we all need to make. So what's right for you, your car, and your family? It takes some know-how. Here to help better understand insurance is the Senior Vice President of Personal Lines from Selective Insurance, Mr. Alan Anderson. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk about insurance. Again, you say it and people go, oh. Bottom line, all policies are not created equal. Why?
Well, so often the consumer thinks that the main thing they want to focus on is price because they assume all the policies are the same. But the fact is they aren't all created the same, and quite often with low price policies come less coverage, lower options, and higher deductibles. And those are things you don't want to find out about at the time that you submit a claim. You want to know about them in advance.
So auto insurance, let's talk about that, specifically the car. What should I consider when I need that?
Well, you do need to start out with your budget. You need to understand what is it that you really can expect to pay, what is it you can afford to pay. But then you need to sit down and talk to an independent agent about what your options are and what your choices are and what your needs are. Let's face it, the average consumer doesn't want to or need to understand the difference between liability insurance, personal injury protection, comprehensive coverage.
It just gets so convoluted.
Absolutely. So you want to have a trusted advisor that you can talk to answer those questions for
Discounts when it comes to auto insurance that I can consider and do?
There are some standard ones, driver safety courses, good student discount for those of you who have good students in your household. That can save you a lot of money. At Selective, we have some discounts also if you choose to pay your premium in one payment or two as opposed to monthly installments. That can save you some money. We also have a discount if you get your quote in advance of your effective date. That can save you some money. Those are things that you can do to save money without reducing coverage.
Homeowners insurance. Let's talk about that now. That's a big one.
Yes,
and
is.
Here in Florida, it's huge and expensive.
Yes, it is.
What should I consider there?
So let's look at an example. Let's say you have a pool or an aluminum fence around your yard or a patio, for example, and a tree falls on that. You need to think about, is your insurance company going to pay to fully replace and repair those items, or are they going to give you some depreciated amount? So a company like ours, we have options for you to choose from if you have those items that will pay the full replacement cost. Again, those are things you want to talk about up front, but sit down with your agent because on homeowners, there's so many options to choose from. Water backup, large loss deductible waivers, those are all things you need to try to consider in your coverage choices.
What about discounts when I'm looking into a homeowner's policy?
Many of the discounts that you get on auto also apply to your homeowner's policy. You can save a fair amount of money on your homeowner's policy by choosing a higher deductible, but you want to make sure that that's something that you're ready to handle at the time that the claim comes.
Okay.
But one of the big discounts that people miss out on is putting those policies together with one company. So we offer a discount of up to 20% on both the auto and the home if you put the policies together with one company. We also have discounts for medical professionals, education professionals. So again, talk to your agent about everything that goes on in your life and they can help you.
What about if you have like a smoke alarm, which I have, or a burglar alarm?
Absolutely.
Those kind
if
of
you
things?
have something that reports certainly to a central station where somebody's going to call the police automatically, that'll have significant savings as well.
So little things that really can add up for discounts.
It all adds up. That's exactly right.
All right, and if you rent, because a lot of people rent today, sometimes I think it's not worth it to have insurance, but I have a feeling it is.
It absolutely is.
Really? Why?
I tell my friends who rent, go home and take a look around your apartment.
And look at everything that you love that's yours.
And imagine replacing it all tomorrow. Your TV, your furniture, your clothes, your shoes, area rugs, everything. Imagine that's all going to add up. And renter's insurance is actually pretty affordable.
And it's not maybe your home, in other words, you don't own it, but everything inside of it.
You're covering all your personal belongings.
Okay, flood insurance.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Here in Florida, it's necessary. We have the hurricanes as well. You know, we've been through after Andrew, but I think flood insurance applies to everyone now in the country.
It is the #1 disaster in America today, in all 50 states. So look at the news over the past few years. It's flooded all across the country.
It's been devastating.
Not just coastal areas. It's inland.
Did you see the house that was floating in the water that was on fire? That was
Absolutely.
horrible.
Imagine, right? Imagine watching your home on television float down the river. That's exactly right. And people don't often think that they need flood insurance until it's too late. But it's affordable. It can help you rebuild your home and your life after a devastating event. And the other thing people don't always understand is it often doesn't go into effect until 30 days after you purchase it. So you need to make sure you get it now.
So Alan, for someone, let's say myself, looking into car insurance, home insurance, do I go to a company directly, or do you recommend I go to an independent agent?
I would recommend that you talk to an independent agent.
Why so?
Because they can sit down with you, talk to you about what's going on in your life, the coverage needs that you have, the options you have to choose from, and have a conversation with you about your needs. And the best thing about an independent agent is that they represent multiple companies. They can provide you information from multiple companies.
So you don't feel like they're out for just one?
Absolutely. There's not just one choice.
A little bit more trust there, one-on-one, personal time, and they can help me understand it.
That's exactly right. The options for that balance between price and coverage.
And what's good for you.
And what's good for you.
I love that. For more information on this, where can our viewers go?
They can find out more about auto, home, renters, and flood insurance at selective.com.
Selective.com.
That's right.
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. And of course, you can always check out our website, and it's thebalancingact.com to learn more about insurance.